Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here. Round number 3 of the ERL Sportsman Series on pole. It's Max Anderson for today's race. It's Joey Murphy, DJ Curtis, Luis Hernandez, Dylan Schwallenberg, Zachary Fitzwater, Blake Warren, Eric Rodriguez. Blake Warren is a little earlier today's Under Armour Pro winner. Then it's Will Goss, Stephen Pollard, and then it's Michael Haas and Blake's teammate Alexander Rowe. Green flag's out. We're racing here at the Indianapolis, and the 14 getting a big shove from his teammate on the top. Going into turn 1. Guys get these big runs. You can see him wiggling back there. Cody Lamas making it 3 wide already. Almost contact already in the back of the field. You can already see some new paint right there, the 29. That's Jonathan Zorlian. His team closed down. Not his team. The 33 RCR team closed its doors today, or this week. Jonathan Zorlian is in a BKR car. This car was prepared by Brad Keselowski Racing. It is getting some bodies and chassis from Team Penske and Team SB Wood Brothers. So they're going to help these guys out. Zorlian currently in 20th spot right now. We could see maybe if he moves on up. Also, a little further back right there, the number 33. That's Leroy Mercer, and you can see on the hood, Drunken Cow Jerky on board this machine. This team went out and bought the assets to the 33 team of RCR. And then you can see the 2 RCR cars a little further back right here. There's now Eli Bright in the 3, and then Jeff Bright in the 31. And then Patrick Smith is in the 27 on up here. So you go on back here and you can see right there is James Kinghart. And the number 38, Jessica Kinghart, should be in this field somewhere. Zorlian, you can see Zorlian's moving up. That 29 car looks pretty racy right now. I'm looking for Jessica Kinghart right there, the Ford Performance number 98. Right in front of Robbie Jackson. Robbie Jackson, look at his score, maybe his second top 10 of the season. You can see how these cars here battling. Look at John Gilbert. This is a guy that has kind of been on the champion slump this year. Got wrecked at Eldora, got wrecked at Auto Club. He's been on the slump so far. Not his fault he's on the slump, but he's been in the slump so far. Championship slump. While his championship rivals from last season, right here's Eric Rodriguez. Right there's Zachary Fitzwater. And a little bit further up is Dylan Schwallenberg and Luis Hernandez. That was the 5 guys that battled for the championship last year. They're all trying to wheel these things around. Right now, Max Anderson in this 18 Toyota. Max kind of shocked the world last season. Had a win late in the season. Now, got the main ride at the 18 after Matt Haas stepped out of the Sportsman Series. Went to the Under Armour Pro. Michael Haas, right there in the number 20. Staying in that ride. FedEx left to go to sponsor the number 11 of Spencer Gilmore full time. But he's now got 5-hour energy on board as number 20. And he is trying to wheel that thing. Speaking of Spencer Gilmore, you can see back here is Corey Williamson, the other Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota, right there. You got Pollard Performance Incorporated's Toyota. That car last season was drove by, his last name was Hernandez. I can't remember his first name. But he had a battle with John Gilbert at Homestead and won a race. Then left the sport. Don't know if he'll be back. But it was weird. It was a late announcement. Corey Williamson will get the 19, though, for this season. It's kind of like when Carl Edwards just up and left the 19, sort of the same deal. And then you have Spencer Gilmore, the other Joe Gibbs Toyota. Spencer Gilmore's filling in. Lily Murphy dropped down to the Under Armour Pro Series. Spencer, a Silver Series driver. So Joe Gibbs went to that series and picked up a driver. And currently Spencer really not working that thing that great. And you can go a little bit further back here. Rick Johnson last season was a hot commodity. As last season there was the rumor that he was moving that thing to Dodge Motorsports and becoming a Dart. Turns out that's not happening. Rick staying in a Chevrolet for this season. So I don't know, but he's not running that hot right now. Deep in the field. 39th. Cynthia Bright for Hendrick, and then there's Eric Monaco right there in the 78. Eric Monaco last season had a great season. Currently not running so hot as well. So some guys last season that did great or did good. Cynthia Bright, another car, did good last season. Now it's not running so hot. You can see how the ebbs and flows of the series form. This 18 car was winless last season. Right now, looking to get its first win of the season, Max Anderson. Last season drove the 51 car for Joe Gibbs Racing. Speaking of a guy who's on a rebirth, DJ Curtis. Last season, your season 3, drove for Team SB Wood Brothers. Or season 6 drove for Team SB Wood Brothers. Took them, almost won a title with them. Contended to win races. Moved out of that ride to join his family, his cousins over at Petty. Because they said they had a pretty good deal over there at Petty. They could get good cars if they wanted them. That's Ash and Sam. You can see where Ash is, 33rd. Sam, a little further back, 38th. DJ did not like where he was positioned last season. Luckily, he was on a 1-year deal with them, and then he went back to Team SB, a place where he called home for a couple seasons and a couple wins. He went back home. He joined that team, but he gave his car up. His car and his old team went to Dylan Schwallenberg, and they won at Homestead a couple seasons ago. And then now DJ's back with a new team. And that team is currently the team that pits the number 21 in the Under Armour Pro Series. But look at DJ P3 making his resurgence back up to the ranks of Sportsman. And he got back with his team, back with his old sponsor too, Target. Jumped back on this number 68, or jumped on this car. It was the 28, and then it was the 28 a couple seasons ago, and then they swapped numbers to the 68. No reason, don't know why they swapped to the 68, but they did. And you can see now, if you're looking at the battle for the lead, Joey Murphy has marched his way to the back end of Max Anderson. Joey Murphy has been a guy who has been up in the championship battle, but there's always one race late that just wipes him clean out of the championship. He's a guy that's wanted to win a couple. You can tell he's wanted to win a couple, and he'll be a strong factor at Rockingham, a track where he's been really good at the past couple seasons. Here you go back here. Look at this pass. Will Goss making a charge, passing the 24. And then Luis Hernandez said, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to go right back by you. Will Goss, last season's winner here and last week's winner at Auto Club. Good run for William Goss. He's been the only Hendrick car that's really been a contender, except Cynthia Bright last season at Boston. Was a real contender. But Hendrick's kind of been on the decline. Really nothing big except for Will Goss winning some races for him. Cody Lamas hasn't really performed well since a couple seasons ago. And then you go on back here to find the 5 car. Samet Oskin is in it this season. Last season was Joshua Saculli. Saculli was a guy who brought Hendrick to dominance back when he drove the number 24 for Hendrick Motorsports. And they sold the number to Hernandez Motorsports since they were working on an alliance with each other. Sold that 24 to Hernandez Motorsports. And Hernandez has ran that thing ever since and won a championship in it. And that number, a lot of people thought was cursed there for a while because Joshua Saculli, Louise, and a couple other guys had ran it. And they'd get right to the finale at Michigan and a shot to win the championship, and something would happen to them. And Joshua Saculli was a dominating car a couple seasons ago. Almost winning the championship that season. Had a whole race lead, went to the final 2 races, crashed out in both of them, and then lost the championship. There's a battle between teammates now. Dylan Schwallenberg going to battle with his teammate DJ Curtis. There's a battle for 3rd spot. These two guys are good friends on and off the racetrack. Will Goss, Zachary Fitzwater. Look at Blake Warren, man. Won the race earlier today with a sneaky pit strategy call he did, and got a good run. Beat Joseph Curtis. If you haven't seen that race, click a little, probably the video down under this one, and it will probably be that race. Blake Warren put on an outstanding performance on pit stops. Max Anderson is the first car to pit road to Toyota. He's going to bring a couple with him. Not a lot of cars pitted with Max Anderson with 14. Man, I don't know. A lot of these cars are going to try to, make it on fuel on another stop, because this race is longer than the Under Armour Pro race. Anderson, Robbie Jackson, Scott Roush, and Eli Bright all into pit road this time. Man, they may run out of gas coming to the white flag. Now they may have to go into saving mode. Currently now, Joey Murphy, is he going to pit? What about Eric? Or what about DJ and Dylan? Dylan's pitting. Dylan bringing a lot more with him. Joey Murphy and DJ going to stay out with Zachary Fitzwater, Michael Haas, Pollard, Jonathan Zorlian, Alexander Rowe. Ooh, Rowe almost got wrecked there. David Diaz, Annie Thomas, Leroy Mercer, who was on a strategy call in the Under Armour Pro race today too, and Rick Johnson all staying out. You can see the Eli Bright and Robbie Jackson. Both those cars look a lot alike. Oh, look at Robbie. Oh, watch out. You can see how that 8's got fresh tires and just blew the doors off. Here's the 14 pitting and the 18 getting his lap back. See, all these cars are pitting. Robbie and them. See, here's all these cars coming out of pit road. I don't know where's DJ? Uh-oh, something may have went wrong. DJ Curtis, right there he is. Oh, he pitted this time. That's right, my bad. So Joey Murphy and a lot of these cars are now pitting. Gotta watch this 18. He's gonna probably be the car that takes the lead. Look how big of a gap he's got. There comes DJ and Joey. Don't see the 18 yet down the straightaway. Here these two are out. Fitzwater right there. There's the 18. Look at Dylan and Blake Warren. There's the 18 making a pass. Look at DJ going to make a pass on the access road. DJ Curtis is going to move himself into second spot. Max Anderson to the lead with a big gap. DJ to second. Dylan Schwallenberg going to power his way to third. Blake Warren to fourth. Or Blake Warren to fifth, actually. Joey Murphy in the wall. Blake's going to body by Joey Murphy. Murphy having a problem. Will Goss is going to get by Joey Murphy as well. 2-second gap to DJ from Max Anderson. Robbie Jackson, P9 right now. Good strategy for him. Strategy call there from Robbie and those guys. It's what a lot of people missed about Sportsman. Back when we had these pit stop strategies would start coming into play. Drop you back here. Leroy Mercer right now in the points for this race. Going to come out with 1 point. And right there, when we were looking at it, it didn't look like he was going to come out with 1 point. Ryan Monaco, currently in 42nd. Maybe a problem on the 99. And DJ is running down Max Anderson. Anderson has been out there a couple extra laps. Tires are wearing out. Look who's starting to charge as well. William Goss. A guy who won this race last season. Starting to make a charge. There's Corey Williamson, Eric Rodriguez, Robbie Jackson, Eli Bright, and Jonathan Zorlian's old rod. Zorlian back to 20th, 10 spots behind his old rod. And what has been a fantastic race. Blake Warren on the top, getting past. We're going to look at the speeds at the line this time. 48.1 to a 47.8. DJ is driving like a man possessed. As we're getting ready to hit 10 laps to go. Dylan Schwalberg also gaining on the 18, but he's not gaining on his teammate. As Will Goss now going to third. Or fourth, excuse me. Look at Eric Rodriguez here in the Motorcraft 21. All the Team SB Wood Brothers cars right now are sitting second, third, and ninth, and eighth. And if you count Robbie Jackson, who gets some cars from them, he's sitting ninth. It's a little tech alliance between the Team SB guys and Robbie Jackson. Not a lot, though. That car's still very underfunded. And Robbie Jackson looking to get some more sponsorship this season. Last season, Aaron's jumped on board late to sponsor him for Talladega. This season, got Super 8 on the car all season long. In that Ford car. Look at Joey Murphy using the power, trying to get by. Blake Warren digging on the inside. And they're catching Dylan right now. And I thought I seen DJ was really close to the 18, and he is. This camera angle, you can see the whole field. Look at Fitzwater back here. Look at Louise battle with defending champion John Gilbert. You can see all the battles on the racetrack. "42 of the best drivers in the world hanging and banging here at Indianapolis. 10 laps to go. And DJ is about to be knocking on the door of this number 18. And I think Dylan may be saving some tire, which wouldn't be a bad move. Save a little tire. Let these two up here battle each other. The 18 got a big gap, and we see DJ closing in. He may be saving fuel to make it. That could be a thing. Is Corey Williamson now going to get by Blake Warren? Blake in that GoPro Ford Fusion. Eric Rodriguez trying to make his march up through the field. Try to get him another good finish. Here comes Zachary Fitzwater and the Hooters Ford. Fitzwater last season was a big free agent. All season long there was talks, would he go and be on another team? And then Roush brought in Scott Roush right here. Brought him in and let him run some races because they were trying to get owner's points for Scott Roush's number. I think it was, I don't remember what number it was last season. It wasn't 28 last season. It was something else. Tried to get him some points in that car, Scott Roush. And then Roush went and made his team with Doug Yates. Roush Yates, or Yates Roush Motorsports, or Yates Roush Racing, whatever you want to call it. Big shout out this week, or last week, it happened. Robert Yates passed away due to cancer, and a lot of the Ford teams are mourning the loss of Robert Yates this week here at Indianapolis. And you can see a big Ford now to the lead. DJ Curtis making the pass, and we're going to go take a look and see what happened, how it happened. Did he get him into turn one? He did. Look at that. Look at that Yates power. That Roush Yates power down the straightaway. On the brakes. See you bye, TRD. And DJ to the lead. Oh, man. I'm trying to remember who Fitzwater was battling with. But Fitzwater down to 9th. Yeah, Fitzwater moves to 9th. Robbie in 10th. And Robbie's got his hands full with Eli Bright. Joey Murphy battling here with Will Goss. Murphy moving by. You can see the gap. So DJ's closing with just a couple laps to go. Coming around, we'll be taking 4 to go, 5 this time by. As Joey and Goss battle each other. Look at that legacy. A guy last season that was struggling a lot. This season battling with defending champion John Gilbert, his own driver. Now, this is the thing. Who's saving fuel and who can make it? This is the thing now. I don't know. We've seen some cars pit really early. The 18 was one of them that pitted super early. Him and Robbie pitted really early. Robbie hasn't had the time to save gas. He's been battling with this 3 car this whole session, this whole run. Some of these other cars pitted really late. Are we going to have a late round of pit stops? Are we going to have cars out of fuel? Yes, they are. Look at the 8 and the 3 coming down pit road. They pitted the same lap as the 18. Did Max Anderson save fuel? Because those cars pitted the same lap he did. It looked like it was a fuel-only stop. 2 tires going on Robbie's machine. So, DJ pitted the next lap. So, here's the thing. Oh, is DJ pitting? No. The 18's probably going to have to. He is. 18 telling his guys he can't make it. Dylan pitting as well. Late rounds of pit stops here. Oh, Zorlian makes the pass on the access road. And there's a lot of cars pitting this time. Now, DJ could save fuel. That's his thing. He's going to have to save. As he has gotten by Robbie and Zorlian. You can see the gap. It's 3, almost 4 seconds. Will DJ have to pit? Yeah, Dylan and Max Anderson were the last 2 to pit. DJ is going to try to stretch it. 2 to go. Will Goss is pitting. A lot of them are pitting with 2 to go, saying they cannot make it. DJ out here still coming. He's going to be coming to the white flag. You see Anderson is ahead of Dylan. Is DJ saving fuel? You can see the gap back to Joey Murphy, and it's a huge gap. As a lot of cars went to pit road, a lot of the Fords have stayed out. The 22, the 16, the 41, the 34, all have stayed out Actually, I think the 34 did pit. Yes, they did. No, there they are. Scott Roush right there. Scott Roush is pitted. DJ not pitting. Coming to the white flag. Does he have enough fuel to make it another lap? What about Joey? Did Joey Murphy pit? No, he didn't. Does DJ have enough fuel to make it one more time around Indianapolis Motor Speedway? Down the back straightaway into 3. I think he's going to have enough. Out of 3 and 4, coming to the stripe. Coming to the checkered flag. DJ Curtis will win at Indianapolis. Joey Murphy going to come home second. DJ says I'm out of gas. That was a gamble. Murphy's coming home second. Fitzwater third. We're still trying to get the full official results in. You can see Scott Roush out of fuel back here. Tony Newman out of fuel. Blake Warren out of gas. DJ had enough to get back to pit road. Well, here's your official standings. It's DJ, Joey, Fitzwater, Warren, Gilbert, Lagacy, Pollard, Haas, Zorlian, David Diaz, Tony Newman, Annie Thomas, Alexander Rowe, Alan Matthews, Jessica Kinghart, Leroy Mercer, Taylor Brown Price, Rick Johnson, Ash Curtis, William Brock, Derek Hamill, Ryan Monaco, Max Anderson, Dylan Schwallenberg, Will Goss, Eric Rodriguez, Corey Williamson, Luis Hernandez, Patrick Smith, and Cody Monaco. All the cars that are going to score points from Robbie Jackson on down. They finished one lap down. This DJ took a big gamble and stayed out. That race was crazy, folks. A lot of guys are a little angry that they had to come in and get gas. DJ Curtis is going to be happy. He's going to get him a big old glass of milk and go into Gatorade Victory Lane. And we will see you guys next week from Watkins Glen till we meet again.